Welcome to our elite men's race as we get ready for 1 hour of intensity here in Lyons. This is Jeremy Horgan-Kabelski, American Olympian on the mountain bike. What he's doing right there is a combination of showing off and cleaning the rear wheel as the riders get ready. A lot of anticipation for today's race in Lyons. This is Aaron Bouplan there, Rocky Mounts rider being called up to the line. He's had a fantastic season. We take a look at the entire field. It's just been a great year of racing. And you're looking at the silver medalist from the World Championships last year in Belgium, Danny Summerhill, and we hit out off the line. And let's see who's going to get that highly coveted hole shot. It looks like Brandon Dwight. It's going to take him out. Oh, they've already stuffed it up. First crash of the race happened within 50 meters of the line. You can see Paul Brooks right there, the Kodak Gallery rider, along with TJ Van Garderen getting caught out on the wrong end of that crash, forcing the issue. Brandon Dwight. So Dwight dropping in right now. You can see Matt Pasoka is up there. It looks like Brady Capias right there, along with Danny Summerhill. This selection in the first 5 minutes, it's so dynamic. It's unbelievable how intense it is. All the usual suspects on the front right now. Brandon Dwight taking the lead through the barrier section. How about Pasoka up in third? And as we take a look at this group, that's John Caribou, rider out of Steamboat Springs. He's up in the mix. Yes, you did see a woman roll through. That was Luna Chick's rider, Georgia Gould. It's all kinds of sketchy through this barrier section, and Sean Harshman showing you exactly what can happen. Boy, one moment's inattention and you find yourself down on the deck with over 60 starters on the line. It really says a lot about cyclocross racing and the growth that we've seen in 2007. And just about every metric, because at the very front end of the group, top riders like Danny Summerhill coming out of Colorado, winning silver medals at the World Championships. We look at Joey Brenner, Steve Isles, the rest of this group coming through now. Look at Georgia Gould just throttling herself. Elite women athletes like to jump in with the elite men to hone their skills. As the rest of the field comes through, Jeremy Horgan-Kabelski, JHK, has gone to the front, and it looks like he has got a very elite group with him. That's Kurt Refsnyder right on the back. Fantastic job by Refsnyder to find himself up in the mix. We look at the field, Christian McCarthy, a rider who's trying to chase his way back to that group. Steve Isles comes through as well. Van Garderen coming through. He's up in the top 10 right now, but up in the top 3. How about Brandon Dwight, Matt Pasoka, and that man, Jeremy Horgan-Kabelski. Look at the power, the speed, the precision. Kabelski really does have good cross skills, considering he doesn't race on the cross bike much. You can see our junior riders. They're actually no longer juniors, now they're Espoirs. Espoir meaning a U23, under 23 years old. As far as your racing age, there's some heavy hitters still coming through. Every race has a rhythm, and this race is finding its rhythm right now up in the front. However, back through this group, it remains pandemonium each time over the barriers. Georgia Gould getting stuffed up just a little bit there as the guys kind of coming to grief on the barrier. Georgia right behind it. And boy, it's incredible to look at the talent that we've got in Colorado right now, up and over the barrier. We're going to have to go see what's going on in the front here in just a moment, because certainly an incredible ride being put together by Jeremy Horgan-Kabelski. Little dab there as riders tripoding their way around that corner. You're going to see quite a bit of that, dragging that third leg out, just trying to keep yourself from dumping the bike. There's Chris Case of the Boulder Cyclosport team, one of the preeminent Colorado squads. You're looking at the elite men. It's 10 degrees outside right now, and you can see at the front, unbelievable Matt Pasoka, the technical editor for Velo News, and he's gotten that entire office out racing this year. Not at this level. This is the elite level, but you're looking at in the Cat 4s and the Cat 3s, there have been a good 10 different employees from Velo News showing up and racing this year, and certainly he has been the catalyst for that. And it says a lot about Matt Pasoka's love for the sport of cyclocross. Vitamin Cottage rider Christian McCarthy right behind him. It looks like John Caribou. We've talked about cyclocross and how unique the sport is. And another unique part of this discipline is the fact that the riders have a pit. They have a mechanic that will allow them to exchange bikes, as we're looking now at the scrump that's going on. Ooh, getting sideways, but holding on. Unbelievable bike handling from Pasoka. So Matt Pasoka leading things out right now. He's got these guys in a little bit of trouble, because there's Jeremy Horgan-Kabelski. Kabelski, his first cyclocross race of the year. He actually won last year, but then lost the title on a technicality as he didn't hold an ACA license. And so I don't get the feeling that JHK is all that worried about the title. It's a great way to come out and have some fun with your friends as we take a look at what was becoming a very intense section of the course. It's amazing. The more you look at the sport of cyclocross, the more you learn about the little things that these guys and ladies do. It looks like now we're starting to see Georgia Gould. She's in a very select group here. Georgia Gould, along with another rider that you have to call the pride of Colorado, that being Katie Compton. Katie raced her way to a top 8 finish in our elite men's race last year. This year she's over in Belgium as she's representing the United States as the UCI world #1 racer. So we don't have Katie Compton with us, but Georgia Gould certainly doing a great job. That is poetry in motion. My, oh my, Summerhill, Pasoka, JHK, and now Brandon Dwight starting to emerge. So Brandon Dwight is up in that group. It looks like he's where he wants to be. Kurt Refsnyder right behind them, and Christian McCarthy. Boy, I tell you, the Lyons 3:15 left the station, and if you're not on it, you got no chance for the win, because you can see it is absolute pandemonium on the front. So tough to stay in that lead group with these kind of sectors, with these barriers, because once you get a little bit of a gap, it's harder and harder to close that down throughout the race. Back to the front, now it's Summerhill. Summerhill punishing this group. Summerhill's got a gap, and you can see he's shredding. And you can see the damage that he is doing is extensive. That lead group is pinning it. We are here in Lyons, midway point now for our elite men. We're looking now back at one of the chasing groups, the man they call Boops, Aaron Bouplon. It's constantly unraveling. It's very organic at the front right now. You can see they've just decimated this group, but who continues to drop bombs? That man, Summerhill. It looks like he is throwing down again. His teammate Brady Cappius there, hanging on. Look at Summerhill through this section. Nobody is as smooth as he is. A distinct advantage. You can see other riders coming to a complete stop as they come off the bike. Summerhill's able to carry his momentum through, and that is the sweet science of cyclocross. Summerhill probably has, along with Brandon Dwight, the best technical skills in this group. It's not just a matter of having a big engine, but the ability to navigate this course, and this is what cyclocross is all about. No other sport allows you to pit like this, where each rider will have a designated mechanic, and if he needs to, change tire pressure, recover from a flat tire, any mechanical issue, or for that matter, just get a clean bike. Today, the bikes aren't really picking up any mud. The drivetrain should stay fairly clean. It's so cold, it's just frozen solid. The temperature now has dropped below 10 degrees. Jeremy Horgan-Kabelski making his move here as he's got Summerhill with him. You can see the other riders hanging on in that group as Brandon Dwight comes through. He's got Matt Pasoka right ahead of him. This is one of the best rides Pasoka has put together this season. What a great day to do it, as you are joining us in the final few laps of the Colorado State Cyclo-cross Championships, held in a freezing cold day in Lyons, Colorado. And it's all come down to this. As you're looking at Mike West, he's still up inside the top 10 trying to battle with that man, as they have really locked horns out there as John Caribou comes through. Certainly the fans were outstanding. Just a hearty crowd on attendance, cheering on our riders today all over the course. What a big difference that makes as Georgia Gould gracefully through the barrier section. It's very interesting to see Cliff Bar's involvement with the sport. Luna Chicks has been the preeminent women's team around the planet over the last 5-6 years. Riders like one of our favorites, Allison Dunlap, used to ride for that team. Allison was a rider who jumped in with this elite men's field. Summerhill, Horgan-Kabelski, and Pasoka. But you know, you got to go to 4 on that one, because Brandon Dwight is in that selection. Brady Cappius, another very experienced young Colorado rider trying to chase back our lead group. You can see the course doubles back on itself in multiple places, and at that moment you get a good feel for what the gap is. Look at the power. Beautiful right there. Just so pure. As Van Garderen passing, there's not a lot of places on this course to pass. What happens is, this is one of the sections. So Van Garderen wanted to go into the barrier sector first, and he was able to get in there and get out and still hold on to the lead. As we take a look at John Caribou working hard. Caribou is actually a Masters racer. He's very competitive in the age-graded racing. As we take a look now at Steve Isles of the Co-Motion team. Isles looking very good. He's really had a strong cyclocross season, as well as some top 5 rides throughout the season. Jake Wells through. Nice job by Jake today. Racer coming down from Vail. It really is the Colorado State Championships, and you can see the Tough Girl crew is out in full support. Riders certainly appreciate that out here today. It's a long hour. And Danny Summerhill is absolutely pinning it now. Summerhill has got Horgan Kabelski and Brandon Dwight with him. And now we take a look at that group, and Pasoka is hanging on. So Pasoka is right there. There's a lot of back and forth action going on up in our lead group right now, but it really looks like it's come down to Horgan Kabelski and Danny Summerhill. Summerhill taking his turn on the front. Summerhill's got a gap now. It looks like Dwight is the rider leading up the chase. So Horgan Kabelski slotting in at third. That's the way it is right now, is on the back of our lead group. Pasoka of Velonews. So he's made this elite selection. They continue to drop bombs, however. It goes back and forth as it's really body blow after body blow being delivered out there. This time, it looks like Jeremy Horgan Kabelski has decided he's going to take his turn on the front, but I got to say, Summerhill looks pretty comfortable in second. It looks like our lead group is unraveling. Horgan Kabelski now giving up the lead because Summerhill is taking over. Look at Summerhill go. Phenomenal effort as the crowd is frenetic at this point. The cowbells are ringing, and the top riders in Colorado have clearly shown us who they are. As our lead group right now has got Jeremy Horgan Kabelski. A gap is open back from Summerhill to Dwight. Everyone is going to be looking for that moment, trying to find an advantage. It is critical. We're down to last lap action, and it looks like now, it's going sideways. Summerhill finding a gap up to the inside. He's 300 meters from the line right now. Full on pandemonium up in this lead group, as it looks like that was it for Kabelski, because Danny Summerhill is our Colorado State champion. The 18-year-old wins with Brandon Dwight through for second and JHK, Jeremy Horgan Kabelski, rounding out our top three.
Nice job.
Thank you very much for joining us here at the Colorado State Cyclo-cross Championships as we wrap up another season of racing, and we'll look forward to seeing you out on course next year.